Thanks for joining us on Valley News Live. We're going to start out with a look at how much more water is going to fall from the sky in the form of rainfall here in the valley from southeast North Dakota in towards Lake of the Woods. That's that boundary where we have the greens. That's heavier rain. Then we're expecting quarter inch for many of us in this area, but some could see another inch. And isolated places under some of these heavier showers, just like we saw in places like Parker's Prairie, where they're over 2 inches already, could see a few of you getting more than an inch. Here where we see the blues, generally a trace to about 1/3 of an inch as we ramp into parts of central Minnesota. So it's going to really fall in the same places it has been falling for the last 24 hours. So we're going to continue to monitor that, but let's take a look at that radar. And here it is, that boundary. Right here is that line. Then we showed this last night. It really hasn't moved. So that's the cutoff point. Grand Forks points north and west of you, very dry in the Devil's Lake Basin. That's also where we have warmer temperatures. A few random lightning strikes here and there, but we're seeing a batch of moisture heading up into Fargo. Here's Doppler radar estimates, scan after scan over the last 24 hours of how much rain we've had. The blue areas, again, a trace to 1/3, maybe 1/2 of an inch as we get closer. Here where we see the greens, a 1/2 inch to an inch reports, and they line up pretty well with what you saw at the top of the show there, 1 to 2 inches in much of Otter Tail County, parts of southern Becker County as well in that same wet boat, as you are not as dry with drought conditions as our neighbors are in the western and central Dakotas. Fargo, a heavier batch of rain pushing in. That extends down toward Lisbon, even down near Oaks. Now we have another little batch just north of the FM area along Highway 200 that's setting up there not far from you in Hillsboro, taking you a little bit closer. You can see all the way from Holly right through the Glendon and Moorhead areas seeing heavier showers of rain. So right now it's piling up in the southern metro. If you're in West Fargo or if you're out by the airport in North Fargo and the Fargo Dome, not as much there. Rainfall amounts up at the Fargo Dome and at the airport, I should say, upwards of 1/10 of an inch. And that's it. That's all we've seen. But much more than that down in Ellendale and Lisbon and out towards Mahnomen, a batch of showers pushing up. Again, sharp cutoff once you get from Crookston towards Grand Forks, where there's a lot less moisture from the system. It is dry. So your forecast for temperatures looks to be much like we're seeing here. The warm 60-degree weather, northeast North Dakota. We cool into the 40s to around 50 degrees elsewhere, where we do have showers right now that are picking up in intensity in the FM area, as you can see there from our Luther Family Ford view of I-29 and the 32nd Avenue exit. 48 degrees in both Fargo and in Moorhead. It is breezy from the northeast, and that continues tonight. Notice that the rain chances continue through the evening into the overnight. They move north of Otter Tail County, allowing you a break from the action. And in fact, that batch pushes out of here. We start the day cloudy, gray, near 40 degrees. Breezy again tomorrow, and the first half of the day just passing sprinkles here and there. It's in the late afternoon where once again we start to see the batch of moisture work its way in. Same spot as today, when again we're expecting that 1/4 inch to an inch or so of rain in Lakes Country in the southern part of the valley, a trace to 1/3 of an inch north. But if you're in the west, it remains dry through your Thursday, and that's where the warmth will be. 55 to 60 in northeast North Dakota, and the rest of us 45 to at best 50 degrees. So some weather for our fowl and feathered friends. Sherry, thanks for the mallard pair there. Now look at your planning forecast. All right, so our western neighbors remain dry. We stay wet here in the valley with more of the same into our Friday, a break on Saturday. Sunday, most of the day pretty pleasant, but late into our Monday, we have a chance of rain changing over and mixing with snow. Are you kidding me? And look at these high temperatures, mid-40s. But some of this moisture could fall in areas that were missed by this system. We'll keep you posted on that at the end of the show. I'll have a little track of that system.
Silver lining there. Thanks,
yes.
Hutch.